Hare Krishna. Very nice to see you. Maybe after some time in this center. I don't know how many of you might have seen me or not. But when I entered, I felt very jealous about your center day. I don't need. So I didn't know that I'll be coming on this day. But somehow it got coincided. I thought I'll discuss something about Ramayana. 1 घंटा में रामायण? Not possible, right? हो जाएगा 1 घंटा में रामायण? नहीं. So it's a very tough proposition, but still let's see how much we can churn. Not only churn, apply, adhere. That is where it makes the most out of it. Ramaya, Ramabhadraya, Ramachandraya Vedashe, Raghunathaya, Nathaya, Sitaya Pate Namaha. Shri Shri Sita Ram ki. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurumilitamena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Parishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Tinamine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauramani Pracharine Nirvisesa Shunyamadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advait Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. विनु माता जी, हरे हरे. अच्छा लगा आपको देख के. हरे हरे. She had been to one of our centers in Nagarvadi, I think many years back. पूरा डेकोरेशन करने के लिए. I remember. नहीं करो अच्छा. Now yeah.
Thank you so much. Very very fortunate because we have this everything that usually does on this great opportunity of Ramanavami. But it has been more than very at last into Ramanavami when I was it's one of these words. In 2 minutes, Prabhuji has been practicing since 1990. And we are going to initially finding what was that was showing us in the year 1996. And Prabhuji is a computer science engineer from studying semiconductor, but then really applying that science in Krishna consciousness and especially in the cultivating of predictions. In one line that is like Krishna time, Prabhuji is the father of prediction language. Under plus predictions, he set up 100% predictions in the city. We started from the deciding Mahabharata, but the instructions are decided. We need any vitamin, calcium, magnesium, iron, 4 hours of predictions. So that is why we are producing. But now it's a new education.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram,
Hare Hare. मेरे बारे में पूरा नहीं बोला. I was in Nagarvadi. I said that particular center and handed over to the juniors now. Currently, myself working on an initiative known as Krishna Conscious City. First Krishna Conscious City in India. So my Guru Maharaj expects around 100 Bhakti centers in Bangalore. थोड़ा मैं भी थोड़ा स्पिरिचुअल का सेवा करना जिसमें एक And also, I'm assisting Congregational Development Ministry, Mayapur, in bringing up the Bharat CDM Council in India. This is where my involvement has. Of course, I'm working very closely with Parikshetra Prabhu, Temple President, ISKCON Whitefield. Not sure how many of you seen this beautiful book. I think written by His Holiness Bhakti Swami Maharaj. Very, very sweetly explained. Very, very, it's like a summary study. If you get a chance, you can buy this beautiful book. Very, very beautiful book. There are various divisions. It's very difficult to complete or give some justice to Ramayana, but फिर भी देख लेंगे whatever we could do, right? There are very, very many divisions are there, khandas we say in Ramayana, correct? Balakanda especially focuses on the Lord's birth and his engage and marriage. This is what specifically highlighted in Balakanda. Ayodhya mein, how Lord Rama was sent for exile, for about 14 years. This is what is mentioned there. And Aranya Kanda, that was the time where the newly married couple, Rama and Sita, they were spending very nice time in the midst of a huge jungle. But unfortunately, how she was kidnapped, that is mentioned there. Kishkinda Kanda, correct? So she is lost. We have to search, right? Searching of Sita is especially mentioned in Kishkinda Kanda. Okay? Then Sundara Kanda. Sundara means very nice because Sita was found. She is there in Lanka. Correct? That is there in Sundara Kanda. Then naturally, she cannot be pulled like that. He has to fight, right, to defeat the evil person who did this nasty thing. So that is why it is Yuddha Kanda, the battle for Sita. And finally, Uttarakanda. The seventh Kanda is the Uttarakanda, where Rama goes back, there will be coronation, and unfortunately, because this is the nasty, I can say, reality of this world, it won't be a fully happy situation in this world. It's a combination of both. Yes or no? Right? So, banishment of Sita from Ayodhya, and finally, how Sita and Rama departed from this world. These are all covered in Uttarakanda. These are all the 7 different kandas. So I thought I could pull out certain, maybe 1 or 2 pastimes from Aranya Kanda. I will mix it up because there are many lessons I want to discuss, many stories or pastimes from that, what we can learn basically, correct? Every pastimes gives us various teachings, lessons for us. We have to learn from that. And we should ensure our mistakes are erased, follow nice sadachar, follow nice siksha, become a nice disciple, bring name to the spiritual master, bring name to their lordships, bring name to the movement of Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada. This is how a disciple should be there. We should learn from every opportunity. Meeting with the Vaishnavas, festivals, everything, every opportunity, how much I can scale up in my sadachar, in my behavior, in my attitude, in my mood on not criticizing others. Every time we should struggle to scale up. That is where the beauty of festival association. Yes, sir? There are very many. I got the list of around 20 plus lessons that we could learn. There are so many hundreds of lessons are there. Okay, so let me go one by one. The foremost thing what we could learn from Ramayana is about association. Association means sangha, association. Very, very important. Asatya sangha thyaga e Vaishnava achara. Right? Asat Sangha, improper association, giving up improper association is one of the first symptoms of a nice Vaishnava. He doesn't associate with unwanted people, unwanted things because it corrupts their consciousness. Association is very important here. Power of association. Why association is mentioned here is Kaikeyi, we get information here, she loved Lord Rama more than her own son Bharata. Very, very, very dear. But in spite of such a behavior, such a situation, she was somehow in touch with a very evil-minded Manthara. This is where the association, very important, very, very important. Association makes or breaks our life. Very important. Asatta Sangha Tyaga. Give up unnecessary, unwanted relationship. So she was, because she had this evil association, we all know the story how she influenced Kaikeyi, correct? She was very nice, very good. But what happens sometimes, some people at some time when they instill greed and other things, she was somehow overtaken by that. And we know the rest is the history. How Lord Rama was sent along with the newly married daughter-in-law. She was also sent. It did not stop there actually. Even Rama's father, the celebrated Raja Rishi, Dasharath Maharaj, he left this place. So many things happened. The root cause is association. So we as devotees should be very, very, very and cautious about taking right association. Srila Prabhupada says, we even among our community, we should associate with flower-like devotees. Those you feel who are peers or junior to you, give your good association. But always take best association from flower-like devotees, which enhances our bhakti, which consolidates our bhakti, and keep on adding value so that one day I have to go back. Go back where? Huh? क्या बोला? Back to Bharat. कहाँ? Yes, go back. Go back. We are all in the temporary guest house today. When you go to Yatra, let's say Vrindavan or Udupi like that, you take a guest house, right? Or maybe hotel or whatever it is. You don't go there to dwell permanently. Yes or no? You will have to pack up. This is exactly like that. We are in a temporary dwelling place. Guest house में है हम. Sarjapur guest house. Sarjapur है ना? This is Sarjapur. Sarjapur guest house में निकलना है हमको. If somebody says नहीं guest house में ही मैं पूरा जिंदगी I am going to spend, what do you say? जैसे मतलब proposal अच्छा है. Guest house में ही पूरा जिंदगी गुजारूंगा. हाँ? No, that's not a good thing. That is where the spiritual master comes. अरे बाबा उठो बहुत हो गए. बहुत आ गया उठो. निकल. He will give the bhakti and he will send us out. This is the old dynamics and the beauty of our glorious Vedic literatures. Very nicely defined. Right? So, association is very important. Another thing, what we learned from Ramayana is Hare Krishna Mataji, our PhD Mataji, the owner of this place. I told Hare Krishna to you. I saw you a few months back, when your house were getting constructed. Now it looks really polished from outside. What is that? We should be attached to the service and not to the position. How do we understand here? Lord Rama, he was about to be coronated. How will be that situation? Yeah, imagine, imagine if you get a nice job in Google or Microsoft. How do you feel 2-3 days back? How is your life? You say, you feel, Baba, one guy, we did it. That is how we feel. Imagine he was supposed to be crowned as a Raja of Ayodhya. Correct? His father told Rama, I want you to be the king of Ayodhya. Yes, my dear father. He was not attached to the position, he was attached to the service given by his father. Maybe very soon, the same father told, dash, 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 so much of past tense, like somehow I given the promise to your mother, stepmother, but she's asking me that you should be banished. That's okay, my dear father. You are telling, if you're driving me out, I am fine to hear. Again, he was not attached to the position, he was attached to the service. Whatever the father, he's a Raja Rishi. Dasharatha is no ordinary, extraordinary. He says, you take it as a, and he just moved on. What do we learn from this is, we should be attached to the seva, not to the position. If one becomes attached to the position, one becomes attached to the name and fame that comes through that. My Guru Maharaj, I have heard him saying, he mentioning Bhakti Siddhanta Sarjapur words, anybody, any Vaishnava, Tilak Kantimala, Harinam, Prachar, if he is very attached to name and fame, it is equivalent to the dung of a boar, it says. Suvar ka mal, it is equivalent to that. Anybody aspires for name and fame in the service of Hari, in the name of service, in the name of so many things, it is equivalent to the dung of a boar. Palatable? Dung of a boar? No? Nahi hai na? Rejected man hai na? Rejected. It is exactly like that. We should be attached. Learn from Rama. Ramanavami is wonderful. Rama is wonderful. But what do we learn? How do we inculcate these teachings in our life is very, very important. That makes a festival. We should be attached to the seva, not to the position. Don't worry. The Lord is not blind. If He wants to give you, He will give you in such a way. All things He will give. He will give you name and fame. Everything He will give you. He has promised in Gita, right? I'm going to retain whatever you have, but I'm going to give whatever you lack. Yes or no? What is that? Yeah. Ananya Chintayanto Ma. That's Loka. Yes or no? No need to be worried about. We should be focused only on the seva. And we should do seva in such a way, the Lord should notice. Arey Baba, ye kya seva kar rahe mujhe? The Lord should notice, it seems. Not that you ask, where do I see the Lord? No, 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 no. We should do the seva in such a way, the Lord should notice. Arey Radharani, dekho, kya kar rahe? Kya seva kar rahe? Sarjapur mein. Right? That is what we learn from Ramayana. Here, another lesson is, Lord Rama, he came and we hear, he killed so many demons. We hear about it. Correct? So many pastimes we hear. Rama, Lakshmana, they killed this demon, that demon, then he was promoted to the heavenly planets, then he was delivered. All such things we hear. And what does this demon signifies? Anybody? What does this demon signifies actually? What lesson is there for us? Hey, Rama, he killed. And what is there to me? Yes, we are also supposed to kill our own demons resided within our heart. That is the lesson we should, right? What are the demons? What are the demons? Yes, starts with the lust, basically. The root cause of all our turmoil, suffering, and the sweetness that we are facing in this world is through lust. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Madhurya. These six are our wonderful friends actually. Enough. Enemy nahi chahiye humko. Ek is enough for us. These six things are enough for us actually. We don't need any other enemy. We have to deal with our own these six factors. We are supposed to kill like Rama killed actually. That is what we learn. That is the meaning of killing the demons. We are also kill the demons, but within us first. Within us. Within us. That is the purpose of Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga, the core focus of Bhakti Yoga is it instructs us how to deal with one's own mind, not somebody else's mind. One's own mind. How to hit, tame one's own mind. That is what the Navadvita Bhakti Marga does. Once that is done, senses are controlled. Yes or no? Right? That is what we've learned from Ramayana. And also, it's been told here, many creepers along when you practice bhakti, not that the creeper of bhakti only will grow. You might have seen in the riverbeds when there is a, let's say, lotus or maybe some other flowers, there are many creepers also comes along with that. You might have noticed, yes or no? You might have noticed we are supposed to chop out those things and keep only the lotus or other fragrant flowers. We are supposed to chop out those things, those creepers. But now what happens? Those creepers may engulf the main plant actually. That means if you allow other creepers, anarthas, I will read out what are those things. If you allow those things to grow, it will engulf our bhakti. That will become an impediment for our bhakti. Nishiddha achara. What does it mean? Behavior not to be executed by a person desiring to become perfect is nishid. What is that? Nishiddha achara. Correct? That means devotees are not supposed to behave in such a way. If they behave in an abominable way, that is actually Nishiddha achara. We should be wary about that. We may ask, why does he behave like this? Pura tilak dala hai, kanti mala hai, harina, all that. Why do they behave like this? What do we do? What do we do? You say this? You say this? Understood this? Understood this? Can't help it. Another is kutinati. What does it mean? Diplomacy. Diplomacy means what in simple term? Diplomacy means? Huh? Yes, Mataji, boliya. Asre. Rajniti. Superb. That is the explanation. Rajniti. Rajniti. Rajniti, if you want to do, we can go to Delhi Parliament or maybe Vidhan Sabha, Bangalore. Why here? Rajniti idhar kyun? Be very, very wary of it because that is also weed which may engulf our bhakti. Kutinati. Okay? Jiva himsa. Jiva himsa means slaughtering animals. Arey chodo, hum slaughter nahi karenge. Non-violence or jiva himsa need not be only taking a sword and chopping them off. It can be torturing living entities. Torturing them. Putting them down. I want to be your master. Please listen to me. पहले मैं बाद में सर्वधर्म परित्यज्य. ठीक है? That is also, it's a non-violence. Very, very, very about this. We are not here to trample anybody. None of our business. We are here to give care and compassion to all the living entities, especially the practicing devotees. Dhayave dharmada mulaveya. In our local language, Kannada, Basavanna says, Dhayave dharmada mulaveya. That means the mula, the origin, the foundational aspect of a religion or a dharma is daya, care and compassion. If care and compassion is not there, what sort of a religion is that? If a Vaishnava do not exhibit care and compassion, what sort of a Vaishnava or a Vaishnavi are we? Something wrong in my execution of Navadvita Bhakti Marga, or I may be knowingly or unknowingly breaking the four regulative principles. Labha Puja Pratishtha. It's given, this, I told, the thing, Labha Puja Pratishtha. Everywhere we expect profit. मैं आऊंगा, लेकिन कितना मिलेगा? This is our mentality. If I come to Sunday program, क्या मिलेगा? क्या वरदान मिलेगा? Profit mentality. That mentality is very, very tough. Labha, puja. Puja means, अरे भगवान को पूरा होता है, चलो इंसेंस से और what is that? आरती हो जाएगा, सब हो जाएगा. मेरे लिए पूजा, please worship me. प्लीज वर्शिप मी, बहुत आनंद मिलेगा मुझे. Expecting people to worship us actually want to take Dwarkadish position. You may try to take the Dwarkadish position, but Dwarkadish is Dwarkadish because he is the only one who can expand into 16,100. We cannot actually. That is the difference. But mentality we develop. People should worship me. Labha puja pratishtha. Pratishtha means false prestige. False prestige. Right? These are the three things we as practicing Vaishnava should be very, very about. Among all the four regulatory principles, illicit indulgence or illicit sexual indulgence is extremely tough. It torments the living entities, especially the Vaishnavas. It torments them actually. It becomes a great impediment, but still, by the mercy of Guru and Sri Madana Mohan, that desire can be completely chopped off. The desire to have illicit encounter or involvement can be chopped off. But that is a gross. This Labha, Puja, Pratishtha is said to be the subtle sexual desires. Labha, Puja, Pratishtha. Gross is very easy to give up one day. Very easy to give up. But these three are the subtle forms of sexual desire. Labha, Puja, Pratishtha. Labha, everywhere I need profit. People should worship me and false prestige. This really torments the devotees. We have to carefully work as Vaishnavis to ensure these three are removed. Labha, Puja, Pratishtha. Pralambasura's story, I think you might have heard, right? Lord Balram's there. We should tightly hold Lord Balram's feet and beg so that these three subtle forms of sexual desires are evaporated. If not, it's very difficult for us. It will grow as creepers and engulfs us. That means there will be a lot of retardation in our journey of spiritual science or bhakti yoga. We should be very, 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 very about it. Going to the next one. Even extreme reversals, if taken in a proper spirit, will help us accomplish our objective of life. This is another lesson we get from Ramayana. Extreme reversal means what? Example? Correct. He was supposed to be made a Raja Ayodhya, newly married. My God, it was a very rich kingdom. Suddenly he was thrown away. Right? How does one feel? In our corporate industry, they say, nowadays what is that? What slip is that? Pink slip. Who said? Hari. Pink slip. They are very scared. Reversal. Even any reversal in life, if properly, with the rigid adherence to the bhakti, if it is properly taken care, even those reversals could be turned into an opportunity, just like Rama did. He was banished, crown Gaya, Ayodhya gone, his father gone. He was just sent to the forest along with a beautiful young wife. And what did Rama did is, he went to very many hermitages where various rishis used to be there. He took association. He need not do all these things, but he's teaching us because he came as a man. He came as a human being, not as the Lord or not as a Bhakta like Chaitanya. He came as a human being. So he taught us how we should use our life. So he took full advantage of association, meeting various devotees like Agastya, etc. So many rishis. And also he took advantage of, like living in the forest and enjoying, all such things basically. So many lessons are there. And, how use this as a means so that Sita is taken over, and finally how this evil person, Ravana, is killed, like this. He used this so-called reversal in his life to ensure that he makes a good opportunity out of it. That is what we are also supposed to learn. Rama or Aram. What is Aram? Aram se. Better. Aram se better. Huh? This thing. So here what it has been told is citizens of Ayodhya wanted to go with the Lord to the forest, leaving behind all arama and comforts. That is what we learn from it. We are supposed to take at least some sort of unpalatable situations when we execute bhakti. We cannot expect arama or comfort every time, right? Sometimes we should be ready to take some tests in life. Spiritual master gives us the test. The Lord gives us the test. Maya Devi gives us the test. Escape nahi hai bhaiya. Test pass hona hi hai. We have to pass. Somehow at least 40. At least 40. Huh? So they did not choose Aram, They were very austere. I want to go with the Lord. So what is the lesson we are learning is, in our pursuit, in our journey of devotional service, we also should be able to give up some sort of comfort. Thus, we are not suggesting that you have to give up your family, Sarjapur, IT job. No. Don't have everything very nicely. Nirmande, Krishna Sambandhe, Yukta Vairagyam Uchate. Everything we do should be nicely molded towards bhakti. That is what we should smartly dovetail every activities in the service of the Lord. Another lesson we hear is in Ramayana is alertness in spiritual life. In spiritual life, we should always be alert. Alert means why alert? Why alert? If we are not alert, what happens? Sorry? We may do papa. Suppose if there is a fire here, if I am not alert, what happens? It will burn. Correct? What happens when Lord Rama, in fact, Lord Rama left Ayodhya when the Ayodhya Vasis, they were asleep, it seems. No, they were also very intelligent. I know. Today I will not sleep because you will go away. Because even I want to join you. So if you all come there, it won't be nice now. You should also understand I'm newly married. I'm going to meet the sages and all. Like that, But they were so hell-bent. But how many days they will be asleep, They'll have to sleep someday. One day they were sleeping, little lackness, little laxity, I can say. Rama left. So what is being told here is alertness is very important always in spiritual life. We can never take things for granted because there will be accident even in presidential palace, it seems. How the car goes in a president's house, it will be nice. Nicely it goes. Right? When Modi goes, how nicely the car goes when he in a president's place or maybe some other country's president place. But there may be accidents even in presidential palaces. We should be very alert, especially in this world. If you are practicing Bhakti Yoga, we should be very, very, very alert always. That's what we will learn here. Sometimes, one other lesson we learn from Ramayana is saintly persons, sometimes they cause pain to others, not to hurt them, but to benefit them. That is what we learn from Ramayana. I repeat, very important. Sometimes saintly people, they cause pain to others, not to hurt them or to fix them, but to benefit them. Sometimes spiritual master, largely merciful, sometimes heavy, but both mercifulness and the heavy is benediction for the student, for the disciple. That we should keep in mind. Sometimes we may complain against Jagannath, Narsimha, why you did to this to us? Kitna kathor ho, kitna stone ho, isliye tu Shaligram Shiva. We say that actually. Yes, he is very hard-hearted, but it is for our own benediction. What the Lord will get here, what profit he will get in the stock market by putting us into problems. The whole universe comes out of his skin pores and goes out. What he wants from us, what he is going to gain by putting us into difficulty. We should understand it is for our own benefit. See, Bharata disowns Kaikeyi not to put her into lamentation, but to teach her a nice lesson. Example is taken about Prahlad and Hiranyakashipu. Even Prahlad disregards Hiranyakashipu, just to ensure that he also learns. Another example given is a doctor, sometime during the operation, it may be very painful for us, but it is for our own good to remove the tumor. Acha hi hai na? You have to bear it. So when a spiritual master or maybe a sadhu or maybe from the Lord, sometimes we get a pain, certainly we should take it as it's good for me only. It's good for us only. From Ramayana, another thing what we learn is, goal of our life is to please the Lord. What do we understand here? Bharata, he was not having any affinity towards the throne. No, mujhe nahi chahiye. I'm not interested. My Lord, I want to see you, my dear brother. I want to see you. I want to serve under you. That's my greatest happiness. Chalo, मैं भी आ जाता हूँ आपके साथ, forest. Then he told, no. Go back and rule there. So, what do we learn here is, the goal is not to please me, please the Lord. He took the instructions of Rama to go back and rule on his behalf. We should understand this. When we execute bhakti, of course, in the initial journey, we look at all these things, mera profit kya hai, mere liye, what's in it for me, correct? Very famous, what's in it for me, correct? We keep looking at that actually. But as we become mature, goal is always how I can please Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada, how I can please Madhvacharya, how I can please Sriman Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the Lordships. This should be the very, I can say, mature situation. And Ramayana, and from Ramayana, we also, Prabhu, it's just 12 o'clock now. How long I should speak? 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Ramayana ka crash course hai. In this, from Ramayana, we also learn the thing about only Lord is the proprietor. Bhaktaram Yagnatapasam, we know that sloka, correct? Only Lord is the proprietor. How do we understand this? When Bharata, he did not want it to rule. He brought the Paduka on behalf of the Lord, he ruled. That is the super understanding. That is a very, very mature understanding. Today we may say, I am a owner of this property. After 50 years, there will be somebody. It may be our children, it may be somebody else. मैं पूरा जामीनदार हूँ, पूरा मेरा है, like that. But after a few years, another person will come. We should understand that only temporary we are owners, makeshift owners actually. Only proprietor is the Lord, and that thing what nicely exhibited by Bharata. We should learn and keep this in mind. Only the Lord is the only enjoyer. Bhaktaram Yajnaka Prasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Suhradam Sarvabhutanam Natmamam Shantirachati. Whoever understands these things fairly will have very lasting peace in his life. Another thing which we learn from Ramayana is making a show of greatness. We learn this from Ramayana. Making a show of greatness. We also, sometimes show our greatness, no? How nice, humble devotees, how nicely give class, how nicely he sings, how nicely, all such things. We also, sometimes project some sort of greatness. And when we project some sort of a greatness, we should also keep in mind, along with me, there are some weeds are also growing. I am supposed to chop it. We learned this, correct? Here, the show of greatness is, what's her name? The demoness? Surpanaka, Nasik, you know? Nasik. Surpanaka, when she came, when Rama and Lakshmana, they were sitting, when she came, you know, in fact, these two brothers, they were so handsome, she forgot, she had a power actually to transform into a beautiful lady. But by nature, she is a demoness with teeth coming out, large protruding belly, and eyes were coming out. Eyes were coming out, like that. And don't ask me, the description was so superb, very nicely done by Maharaj here. And all such things. Very Hare Baba, Hare Krishna, like that. Then like that. That sort of thing. She wanted to transform herself into a beautiful lady to attract Rama. But she forgot. She saw Hare Baba, so handsome. Hare Baba, so handsome. She came like that only. And she proposed, oh, the most beautiful person. Who are you? You are having a bow and an arrow, but you look like a sage with a hair knotted. But your chest is so mighty, so smart, so handsome. You don't look like a, ascetic. Certainly you should be a Kshatriya. Who are you? These are all the things. I am very enamored by you. I want to marry you. No, dekho Sita hai. My brother is there. He's so handsome, and why don't you go there? Then she went there and again immediately reject. Rama ko reject kiya immediately. She went to Bharat. This is how the lust happens actually. They become shameless. When lust is developed in a man, the first thing that comes is shamelessness. Sharam hi nahi hai, besharam logo. Lust is like that. She goes and she started proposing again. Second proposal immediately to Lakshman. How handsome you are, all such things. And he also told, hey, kaam karo, I am already a Naukar. I am Naukar of Rama. If you marry me, आप भी नौकरानी हो जाएंगे. Better you marry him as a second wife. सीता तो चला जाएगा, लेकिन you marry him as second wife. Again, she comes back to Rama. Immediately, look at the lust here. The lust I am telling, lust is highlighted here. Shamelessness comes when lust comes. When lust comes, when people are indulged in lust, the first thing is they will become shameless, they will lose their fortune, and so many other things, they will lose their fortune. All good things in life, they will lose. Very, very, very dangerous lust is actually. That is what we are supposed to tame with the help of Harinam, with the help of Navida Bhakti Marga. Right? That is what we learn here. And why this show of greatness is mentioned is, she wanted to show how great she is, how beautiful. She could have turned into a beautiful lady, but she forgot and she came in the natural form. And Pura Haslir came out when the nose was cut, no? Then she showed her real Rupa. And, like Rakshasi, all such things. Then she went to their younger brothers. Finally, how he went to Ravana, how he instigated, a most beautiful lady is here. She's perfectly fit to be your wife, actually. All such things were initially, instigated by this lady. So that is why it's a show of greatness. You can show Air India sort of a greatness for some time. Asliya will come out in a very, very correct time. That is why Chanakya Pandit says, Vasant Kale Samprapte Kakaha Pika. Yes? Chanakya Pandit says, Vasant Kala, in the springtime, we will come to know whether this black bird is a cuckoo or a crow. In the spring season, naturally, you might have heard cuckoo, it will say cuckoo, like that, it will say like that. Crow also thought it seems, Are, hum bhi thoda dikha denge, like that. It also came and it was trying to do that. Cow, asliyat to bahar aa jayega. So, in spring season, asliyat bahar aa jayega. We cannot keep projecting our artificial greatness like that, asli aa jayega. We should never become like Shurpanaka. We should be a genuine devotees. That's what I learned from Ramayana. Bhakti cannot be achieved by deception. That is another thing actually. Bhakti can never be achieved by deception. What do you mean by deception? Vanchane. Ravana wanted Sita Devi by force, but ultimately he got Maya Sita, not the actual Sita. So, bhakti can never be achieved by deception. It is by pure endeavor only we get bhakti. That we should keep in mind. Another lesson we can learn from Ramayana is Maya's attraction in this world creates traps and makes us suffer. Maya's attraction, it creates trap actually. Every step there will be a lot of traps here. There will be a lot of traps in this world. And we get enamored by that and ultimately we suffer. Because there are so many things to get tempted. And why this is mentioned here? Mother Sita Maya was unfortunately attracted to this. What do you say? Golden deer. Golden deer. Lakshmana said, I know this is Maricha. Don't get enamored. But somehow he told, no, don't tell me. I'm in the forest, yeah. Dekho, koi nahi hai. Everybody is in Ayodhya. At least sometimes if I play with that, I can spend some time there. What is your problem? Get me. This sort of a demand came out actually, and the rest is the history. We will also be enamored. The first thing what our corporate industry does is, you will get a menu, Monday menu, Tuesday kebab. I get these things, all these things. First is the tongue. And we have lost our culture because of this. Tongue. Everything starts with tongue. Udayavadare utada chinte, adara mele bhogada chinte, adinalku loka aluva chinte in our Kannada. Purandara Das Pamuduku. When you get up, Udayavadare utada chinte. When you get up, you think of food. Adara mele bhogada chinte. Once the stomach is filled, what other things, yeah? Any other form of sense gratification. ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಭೋಗದ ಚಿಂತೆ 14 ಲೋಕ ಆಳುವ ಚಿಂತೆ, and he develops a greed to rule 14 planetary system, it seems. These are the words of Purandara Das from Puripur. That's all. First food. When stomach is full, other forms of indriya trupti. When that is done, अरे इतना ही है. 14 planetary system. Why only Sarjapur temple? 14 planetary system है ना पूरा. कैसे रहेगा मेरा मुट्ठी में? This is what is the mentality, it seems, of a living entity. We should be very about. This is how the Maya traps. We should be very, very wary about it, because ultimately we will suffer. We should be very, very surrendered to the Acharya, to the Lordship. Maya knows our weakness. Another lesson we learn from Ramayana is Maya knows our weakness. We may think it is our greatness, but she uses every opportunity to ensure you fail in the test. Example given is Sita Maya had a habit, whether it is anybody, when a person in the guise of a Brahmana comes, she has to serve them, treat them properly. And this weakness, this party, Maricha and Ravana knew it. And they took full advantage. Yes or no? We know all the story. How we came, how we came for begging, how she crossed, all such things we know. We should be very wary. Maya always uses even our greatness to test us. We should be very, very, very stringent. That's why in following the 4 regulative principles, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And also ensure Bhakti Yoga is very religiously, very rigidly followed. Don't give scope for mind. Right? And another lesson is we should always stand by the right or the right purpose. That's we learn from Ramayana. What does it mean? This talks about Jatayu's integrity, right? See, he wanted, though might not be as powerful as Ramana, but still he know that he maybe or may not be defeated. He fought. Jatayu fought because he was taking somebody else's wife. He knows dharma, but he fought actually. What has been highlighted here is we should always stand by the right and the right purpose. Very nicely, what it's summarized here is it is better to lose and win like Jatayu rather than win like Ravana and lose later. I repeat, it is better to lose and win than to win and lose. That's we learn from Ramayana. 10 minutes we have. Another important lesson we learn from Ramayana is, you would have heard this, no? Enthusiasm, patience and determination. Utsaha, Nishya, Dhairya. Correct? Enthusiasm, patience and determination. These things the Ramayana refers to Mother Shabari. Right? Highly enthusiastic because she was so devoted, she was so elevated along with his guru and many devotees. They were supposed to go back to Brahmaloka. They were supposed to go to Brahmaloka. But Guru told, you alone stay here, Shabari. We all will go because one day Narayana will come here. Wait for it. She was very into every day devotedly keep the house clean, keep the fruits, everything. Because anytime he may come, I do not know. She ensured enthusiasm is not curbed down. A lot of patience, correct? Immediately it will not happen. And the determination to serve, determination to take care of Guru's words. These things we learn from Shabari. Shabari Maiya ki. And also, another lesson we learn from Ramayana is obstacles we face time and again in our journey of devotion service. Will be there or not? What are the obstacles we may face generally in devotion service? This is a new specs. I'm still, what do you say this, what is that glass? No, bifocal nahi hai. Another one. Progressive. I'm just trying to set myself. I'm just trying to struggle. Very new today. So, obstacles on the path of bhakti. When do we face obstacles? What do you say obstacle in Hindi? Rukawat. When do we face rukawat? Wrong association. Very good. Family is not supporting. Fall sick. Yeah. Super. Our own mind. Copy it. Bas. Our own mind. Huh? Very good. Desire is not very strong. Means? Desire is enough, no? Desire is enough. That itself is an obstacle. Yes. Huh? Yeah. Maya keeps distracting us.
When we loosen our devotion practice.
When?
When we loosen in our devotion practice.
When you loosen, okay. These are all the obstacles basically, right? When you go, like there will be Kentucky Fried Chicken. Arey Baba. ISKCON Sarjapur, Kartiya Prabhu ne bola hai, give up non-vegetarian. Dekho Kentucky Fried Chicken kaise kha rahe? Obstacle. For women we should call them Matajis, call them mother. Right? Prabhu bolna hai. There's so many obstacles we face. Yes or no? So many obstacles. Obstacles on the path of bhakti is referred to when Hanuman was moving in a rapid pace to reach Sita Maya in Lanka. There were so many, I can say, he faced a lot of obstacles. Some demoness, they were expert in catching the shadow. he was caught. Some requested, "Are Baba, thoda vishram karke ja. Please, all such obstacles." But somehow he smartly managed without offending them and also waging a war against them. But his only purpose was obstacles will be there. But he was very devoted towards how soon I can meet Sita Maya. Our objective is to go back. Kaha Mataji? Golok, Vaikuntha. And the process is Navamida Bhakti Marga. Take the help of spiritual master, sadhu, paramaguru, the Lord's instruction, and we should be very devoted, very devoted. There will be a lot of obstacles for sure, no doubt. Obstacle can be in the form of a beautiful woman, handsome man, food, film, so many things, so many obstacles here. But we should be very focused. If at all we want to go back home and vacate this guest house, Sarjapur or Delhi guest house. You want to leave? If not, you want to stay in a guest house, you stay here. What can we do? We have 5 minutes. Arrogance. What do you mean by arrogance? Huh? Arrogance. Ghamand. Very good. Sorry? Ghamand. When do we exhibit ghamand? Yes.
We are very good in this.
Yes, very correct. Yes. I am the best. I am the best. Why Dwarkadesh? I am also Dwarkadesh. Like that. The Lord's mentality. Why this point is picked up here? Arrogance is, arrogance cannot understand well-wishers. If we develop the nature of arrogance, we will not be able to know who is my well-wisher, who is my ill-wisher. What do we learn from Ramayana is Ravana was always thinking Mandodari was envious of Sita, but actually he was envious of Lord Rama. Ravana was thinking Vibhishana was disloyal, but he was disloyal to his stepbrother Kubera. Right? So in this way, what happens when we develop arrogance, it's been mentioned here, we will not be in a position to listen to good counsel. There are a lot of good counseling was given by Vibhishana and others, but because of arrogance, he was not able to distinguish what is good, what is bad. And here mentioned another punchline here is spiritual progress means humility and simplicity. If one person is not arrogant, naturally in spiritual life, certainly he will be having simplicity and humility. If you find these two beautiful attributes in a devotee, then it's supposed to be, this person has really come to some standard of good self-realization. Simplicity. We might have seen people who are very simple, right? A lot of simplicity. And humility comes out. Humility comes out. You know why humility comes out? Why humility comes out is, beautiful example given is, imagine there is a tree and the tree is very highly nutritious and it gives out a lot of fruits and flowers. When there is abundant fruits and flowers, naturally the tree bends. Similarly, there are a lot of spiritual fruits and flowers is there in the heart and consciousness of a devotee. The first symptom that exhibited is humility. Naturally comes. You may say, "Itna ghamand hai, ye dekho, tilak kanti mala jab bol rahe class bhi done, itna ghamand hai." Because fruits and flowers are not there in him actually. How can he exhibit simplicity and humility? Understood? One may be big or small in this material world, but he can swim the ocean of samsara by chanting Lord Ram's name. This is another thing we learn from Ramayana. There were big monkeys. They can lift mountains like this. You all seen Hampi in Karnataka, birthplace of Hanuman? Who has seen? Very well. I think others should go. You should take them for a yatra. Yeah. You tell Sabarish and our Kartikeya Prabhu, go for MP. Beautiful place. Birthplace of Hanuman. Beautiful place on the bank of Tungabhadra. Very beautiful place. A lot of old deities and all. Very beautiful place. You all should go there. Hanumanji ka birthplace. So they were all experts in lifting the mountains. And there were squirrels also. Doesn't matter. We may be big or small in the material world. The essence is we can swim the ocean of samsara by taking up Lord Rama's name. Okay? Shri 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 Ramachandra ki. Pride or attachment leads to loss of intelligence. This is another thing we learned from Ramayana. Pride, he was so much proud of it. Nobody can beat me. Demigods are my servants. Demanta Pucham, they are already my servants. So much proud he was, and he was attached like a mad. In his quarters in Sri Lanka, in Lanka, there were thousands of wives he had, it seems, all beautiful wives. Thousands, but still, Sita, he gives proposal. You should read this. If you become my mistress, I'll make you principal queen. You'll be my principal queen. All these proposals he gives. He was very deeply attached, sinful person. That is why he lost all his intelligence. The lesson is pride or attachment will lead to loss of one's intelligence. We will be very, very about it. This is what we learn from Ramayana. Chalo, another 2 minutes. Let me finish the remaining one. Sacrifice even the family to surrender to the Lord. Sometimes situation comes, we have to sacrifice something. Why this is mentioned here is when Vibhishana, he is a very elevated personality, correct? Vibhishana, Sri Ranganath, all these stories, correct? He was very devoted, but at the same time, he had a challenge of maintaining some balance with his family. But finally, he took the step of, I should go towards Ram only because somehow things are not happening here, right? So what has been mentioned here is, sometimes there is a need to make a sacrifice in life in order to surrender fully to the Lord. That's what we learn. Counsel and advice in battle against illusion. This is another thing we learned from Ramayana. Nice counseling and advice in the battle against illusion. When we are practicing devotional service, there will be a lot of challenges we had. Correct? Still, though Lord Rama was Vishnu himself, still he took counseling from Vishana. Aisa karne, aisa karne. He heard it actually. There's an education for us. When we are in this world, when we are also facing Ramayana in our life, so we should take good counseling, good advice. Then we'll overcome. Lord Rama took advice of Vibhishana. This is the lesson we learn here. Grace of the devotees are needed to kill the demons. Grace of the devotees are needed to kill the demons. This is another lesson we hear. In fact, how to pierce the arrow within the heart of Ravana first, because he had a celestial nectar here. Until unless the celestial nectar is not oozed out of Lord Ravana's heart, he was never to be killed. If his hand is chopped off, he had a thing that, another new hand will come. That is why Agastya Muni told, celestial nectar is there in the heart, pull that out, then you can kill him. That is the reason here it's told, grace of devotees is needed to kill the demons within us. We should also be open to take the grace of the devotees. The last part of the discussion today. See, when everything happened, Lord Rama went to Ayodhya. The Ayodhya-vasis, they were all waiting with the lamp, where Ram is coming. Correct? That we call it as Deepavali. Welcoming the Lord in the heart with the lamps. What do you mean by that? It is not just the lamps. Yes, lamp is very significant, because it's a sign of purity. Lamp is necessary, but here, apart from the law, apart from the lamp, what we learn is, it is to light the heart with the lamps of bhakti. The lamp signifies not only the lamp, It is lighting the heart with the lamp of bhakti. What does this lamp signifies? Lighting the heart with the bhakti basically. And what happens? Once bhakti, when we follow, we can easily experience or realize Rama. And when we realize Rama, the first thing that happens is love awakens in his heart. And when the love awakens in his heart, that person becomes very compassionate. This compassionate word is there, no? That is referred to the Rama Rajya within actually. That means, please try to understand this last statement. Lighting the heart with the lamps of bhakti. Correct? Very important to light the heart with the lamps of bhakti. When we execute bhakti, we experience Lord Rama as is. And when we experience the Lord, love awakens. When love awakens, compassionate nature comes in that particular devotee. That is said to be the Rama Rajya within. And naturally, once we imbibe Rama Rajya, outside Rama Rajya is bound to appear. Shri Rama Rajya ki. Okay. I want to read one sloka for the devotees of Sarjapur and I'll end up. It is from Ramayana Yuddha Kanda, very, very striking sloka, very favorite of mine. Please, I thought I should share it with you because it will be helpful to you. Sakrud eva prapannovyas tavasmiti cha yachate abhayam sarvada tasmai, somebody is saying, dadhami etat vratam mama. Please listen to this beautiful sloka, very wonderful. Meaning is, it is my vow. Who is saying? Lord Rama is telling, it is my vow that if one only once seriously surrender unto me, saying, my dear Lord, from today I am is yours. I repeat again, listen carefully. It is my vow that if one only once seriously surrenders unto me, saying, my dear Lord Rama, from today onwards I am yours. Ek bar Sharanagati. Surrender to the Lord. Surrender means what? I want to hear from you. Yeah, you, the young Mataji. Yeah, you. What do you mean by surrender? Yes, you. Yes. What do you mean by surrender? Or Hindi. What do you mean by surrender? I put myself at their feet. Yes, why not? Whom shall I ask? Samarpan. Yes, surrender. But what exactly surrender means? Surrender means what? Are tu mera naukar ho. When do we say that actually? When do we say that?
In danger. In danger.
In danger. In danger. No, surrender. Surrender. How do we define the word surrender is what I am trying to. When do you say, ye mera naukar hai? What do you mean by naukar? When do we say that?
When they say that surrender to his owner.
Surrender means what? Jo kuch main bolunga na, karna padega. That is surrender. That means, surrender means following the instructions of the Lord. Main Bhagwan Krishna ka bhakt hu. Have surrendered. They say artificially. Surrender means Bhagavad Gita follow karo. Bhagavan bola hai. Surrender means following the instructions of the Lord. See here, one Lord Rama is saying, surrender to me means you follow my instructions and you say that from today I am yours, my dear Rama. If somebody says that, he says, and if somebody prays for courage, I shall immediately award courage to that person. Courage to that person. And he always remain safe from that time onwards. Shri Ramachandra ki jai. Just imagine, ek bar sincerely you say, my dear Rama, I am yours from today. He will award us courage. Courage is very necessary in this world. And also he says, from today onwards, you will be very safe. Pura zindagi mein safe. Hai na? It's nice or not? Ramachandra ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Quick comments, quick questions. I know I I took 10 minutes extra. But I covered so many things. Because it's a crash course then. Any questions, any comments? Everybody is in Rama Prajna. Ramayana Prajna. So questions nahi aa rahe. Any questions, any comments?
Question is that when we try to follow the movie, right? We have to make in a week we will come there and we'll listen, we'll feel very good. But during the movie, there is no system, right? So
Very good question.
how we develop that? Jo we like whatever we are feeling right now.
Okay, what's your name?
That's all.
Huh?
That's all.
Thakkar. Okay, you belong to some of the Bhakti Riksha groups?
Yeah.
Whose group you are? Who is your Bhakti Riksha leader? Huh?
Vasudev.
Vasudev? Vasudev. He is here? He is here?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Huh? No, that's fine, that's fine. He is not here, na? Take it. I wish he was here actually. But somebody can pass this answer to him. Beautiful question. Say Hari Bol to him. Hari Bol. Very important. If I ask you the same, you eat the whole week, right? You eat whole week, 3 times or 2 times. Why not only on Sundays? The food you take is necessary to ensure your body is intact. Similarly, spiritual food in the form of bhakti, bhakti yoga, Navavida Bhakti Marga is necessary to ensure the soul within, that is me, to keep intact. If we don't give the food here, where comes it? 6 days, if you don't take the food, we are out. Similarly, if you don't give the food, bhakti yoga, to the one within, that is the soul, that is me, we are spiritually drowned. So what to do? It's a big philosophy again here. Whatever we do here, just to give a very short answer, how I can keep this same battery, the battery charged throughout the week. We generally chant here, no? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. We chant this enormously in our temples. So we should do that at home also. 108 bar, 108 times. Every day karo na. Keep yourself surcharged every day. You can do 108 times, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Time nahi mat bolo. Huh? Time. So you can chant. You saw the puja happening here. वही पूजा घर में करो. Another 10 minutes. ठीक है? What other things you can do? You can chant, you can do puja. कीर्तन कर सकते हैं भगवान फोटो के सामने. कीर्तन कर सकते हैं. Whatever you learn, you can do कीर्तन. है ना? हाँ? Since how long you are in touch with Sarjapur? हाँ. ओके, ये काफी है. एक काम करो, पहले 1 माला करो, बाद में 2 माला, 3 माला, 4 माला. Keep yourself surcharged, right? You attend his classes, right? Means every Saturday or something like that. ये काफी है. 3-4 months के लिए you just chant regularly. That is how we do. We surcharge ourselves by chanting, by eating prasadam, by talking to the devotees, by doing devotional service, by following 4 regulative principles, avoiding things, these are all challenges. We follow those things, right? But to start with, you chant more. Every day, 108 times. Gradually, you increase it. That is how you can surcharge. Okay? Okay. Any other comments? Any other? Yes, Jayati Madhavi.
Thank you for wonderful talk. So those who said then is the tools to them, and then we have lots of things inside we become humble. So what will you spiritual people? What all we should have naturally become humble?
Beautiful questions. My God, what questions we get from Sarjapur. Very good. Beautiful. You told, the question is, she's telling, you told the tree whichever gives nice fruits, nice flowers, it will bend down. है ना? It will bend down. So naturally, the person, devotee, who is completely, produced fruits and flowers in his devotional science, he'll be humble and simple to start with. That is the first symptom we see from a Vaishnava is how simple and how humble he is. What do we do for that actually? Bhakti Riksha leaders who are all there here, can you just show me? Then who others are there? हमारा जुहू माता जी, आप आंसर करिए. Sorry? Menial service. Okay. Any other things? Pray to the Lord. Then? Very good. Sadhana should be strong. Any other things? Wonderful. Associate with flower-like devotees. Next. Okay. I think many of the things she nicely summarized. Mataji, ये बल्ब देख रहे हैं ना आप? बल्ब है ना? You might have done all these decorations, है ना? See what a coincidence! इतना अच्छा दिख रहा है. So nice. How does this become so attractive? Because of electricity. Imagine हमारा शिवमोगा शरावती में या शिमशा में or any other hydroelectric generating station में electricity ही नहीं है. What do you do with our Meenu Jaitli Mataji का ये bulbs पकड़ के? हाँ? It's a waste. It's a waste. What I am trying to say is the source of electricity generation is through sadhana. A person who is very strict in sadhana, he will be very effulgent. If there is no sadhana, it's a very, very, very precarious situation. So sadhana is very important. What do you mean by sadhana? At least 16 mala. 16 mala kaise? Attentive hearing and total dependence on the Lord. These two things you get in the 10 offenses actually. Full dependence on the Lord and attentive hearing, 16 names. And avoiding the offenses. All these counts. 4 regulative principles. Sirf 4. Sirf 4. Very tough. Right? 4 regulative principles. And all other things, all other regulative practices, serving a Vaishnava, Tulsi worship, deity worship, reading every day. Take a book of Srila Prabhupada and every day you read for half an hour. I'm telling you, we are also supposed to do that. Read or hear. 5 things, now 5 things what Rupa Goswami says. Harinam, every day. Harinam. Deity worship, Tulsi worship, serving the Vaishnavas, which is the other one? Reading or hearing. All 5 are done. Dhamvas is Tulsi worship. No. I'll repeat again. Harinam. I'm answering you. Every day Harinam. Reading or hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. Serving Vaishnava on a daily basis. Deity worship. Deity में प्रसादम आ जाएगा. Deity है तो हम प्रसादम भोग हम डालेंगे. Deity worship और Tulsi worship. These are the 5 things. It is a must for any human being. Mandatory for a devotee. Very strict. You do this, then we will see a lot of fruits, flowers coming out of, हमारा नहीं अभी भी है, फिर भी ज़्यादा आ जाएगा हमारा मीनू जैतली माता जी. These 5 things. It's the root causes. Root thing is sadhana. Okay, time up, yeah. Right? In India, any other things? No. Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ramanavami ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi.